I wish it was daylight, because I just listened to the song by Reba McEntire, That's the Night That the Lights Went Out in Georgia. I've listened to that song a million times in my life. But for some reason tonight, it just struck a chord with me. And I feel the need to share my thoughts about it. But, because it's nighttime, you can't see me share these thoughts. So I'm going to have to wait till I'm in light. But stay tuned. I have some thoughts. Some random thoughts. About little sister. Alright, I'm home now. And I have a million things to do that are way more important than this. But I need to get this off my chest. So, asterisk, I'm tired. So you know how you get a little loopy and you get a little oxygen deprived. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this song. But as I'm listening to it tonight for the 1,000,001 time, 1,000,001th time, 1,000,000 first. Anyway, I start to sense some flaws in this song, in this lyrics. It was written in 1972, and Vicki Lawrence was the first one that did it, I think. I don't know if she wrote it or she performed it, but then Reba McEntire, did it in the mid-90s. So I've got the lyrics pulled up here on my computer. Let's go through this. All right. He was on his way home from Candletop. He had been 2 weeks gone and thought he'd stop at Webb's and have him a drink before he went home to her. Brother, which we find out later, he's the brother of the person singing the song. Brother's been gone for 2 weeks. And before he goes home to see his wife, he's like, I'm going to stop and have a drink. That should tell us something about this woman. I mean, if he's in love with her and she's wonderful, he's going to be driving home. 6 days on the road and I'm going to make it home tonight. That country song. No, he's like, oh, heck, I've been gone 2 weeks. I got to stop and have me a drink before I go home to her. And so later on, this does imply that she's a lot to handle. They don't have a great relationship. Okay, so let's just mark that. She's not a saint. That probably plays into the prosecution story later, that they already had problems. Okay? Okay, so then Andy Wolo says hello. Andy Wolo said hello. He said, hi, what's new? And Woe said, sit down, I got some bad news that's going to hurt. I'm not sure what Andy's doing here. I'm not sure at all. Said, I'm your best friend, and you know that's right, but your young bride isn't home tonight. Since you've been gone, she's been seeing that Amos boy, Seth. Andy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You could have just shot the breeze with brother, had a drink. You didn't have to tell him, hey, your wife ain't home. So I'm not sure what Andy's doing here. I guess Andy got a little guilty conscience. Andy knows that other people knows. Andy's trying to get this off his chest. Now he got mad and he saw red. That's brother. Obviously, you've been gone 2 weeks and your wife been seeing somebody and your best friend tells you. Here's where Andy makes his second mistake. Andy says, boy, don't you lose your head. Because to tell you the truth, I've been with her myself. Andy, why do you think that telling him that you've slept with his wife is going to make him any calmer than telling him that Seth's been sleeping with his wife? Andy, keep your mouth shut. Okay? He would have been mad. He would have tromped off. And if you know how the song goes, he would have tried to kill Seth, not you. But whatever, Andy. Maybe you know that other people know. And, you're just like, if I tell him now, maybe it will be better. Now, I also want to say asterisk. Going back, brother's been gone 2 weeks. Has wifey just been really busy in these 2 weeks? Or has this been something that's been going on? Okay, I'm going to assume it's been going on. Again, building the prosecution's case here. And then we go to the chorus. That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night they hung an innocent man. Well, don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer, because the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands. All right, so we'll come back to that later. Now, Andy got scared and left the bar, walking on home because he didn't live far. You see, Andy didn't have many friends, and he just lost him one. Well, Andy, if you wouldn't sleep with people's wives and then tell them about it, you might have more friends. And Andy, you should be scared. I mean, you were just like, hey, don't lose your head. I've been sleeping with her too, man. It's cool. You were a dummy. You should be scared. So, brother thought that his wife must have left town. I don't know why brother thought that, but okay. Maybe there's some history. Maybe she tends to run off. So, Andy went home and finally found the only thing Daddy had left him, and that was a gun. So here we're safe to assume that brother is mad, brother has gun, brother's going to go kill Andy. I don't know all my law stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's, what's that fancy word? Yeah, anyway. It's when you're going to do it, you make a plan to do it, and then you do it, okay? So again, prosecution, you went home and got a gun. He went off to Andy's house. Nope, the page moved on me. He went off to Andy's house, slipping through the backwoods, quiet as a mouse. Came upon some tracks too small for Andy to make. Now, if I'm brother and I'm going to kill Andy, and I see tracks that are too small, I am probably going to think it's my cheating wife. You know, that maybe she crept over here. She told Andy she's leaving town. I can follow that. Yeah, I can follow that. We're good. He looked through the screen at the back porch door, and he saw Andy lying on the floor in a puddle of blood, and he started to shake. Why? So you think your wife came over and your wife killed Andy? Maybe. You think Andy shot himself. You think somebody killed Andy. Why are you shaking? You were going to do the same blasted thing. That was your plan. You got the gun. You're going to Andy's house quietly. So why are you shaking? Why aren't you like, woo, somebody did it for me. I ain't got to do it. Woo-hoo. Take it on back home, crack open another beer, call it a night. No, Andy's a dummy. The Georgia Patrol was making their rounds. Oh, let's just go back. Maybe cheating wife wasn't like completely terrible. Maybe Andy was stupid. And she was tired of stupid. Side note. So the Georgia Patrol was making their rounds. So he fired a shot just to flag them down. Andy. Premeditated. That's what I was looking for. You sat at home and meditated that you were going to kill Andy. You got the gun. You snuck to his house. You're there, ready to do the deed. And you call the cops when you figure out he's... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Back up. You don't even call the cops. It was written in 72. They had phones. You could have went to Andy's house, called them, and been like, dude, he's dead. That would have been mildly dumb, too. Your butt should have turned around and quietly went back home. I mean, you might have left tracks. So maybe that's not the best plan. But firing a shot to flag the Georgia Patrol down. When the big-bellied sheriff grabbed his gun and said, why'd you do it? What the hell else do you think they're going to do? You're holding a gun. The man is dead. They heard the shot. Of course they're going to grab you and ask, why did you do it? And if your wife is a floozy tramp, everybody knows she's been sleeping around with Andy and everybody else, so they know why you did it. Okay? I ain't hating on the cop for this one. The judge said guilty on a make-believe trial. Let's just stop right there. I'm no lawyer. I'm no officer of the law. But I don't know how make-believe it is because all signs point to you, Andy. All signs point to you. Slapped the sheriff on the back with a smile, said supper's waiting at home and I gotta get to it. Oh, I mean, yeah. Kind of looks like open and shut case. Guilty. I'm gonna go home and get my supper. with my wife that's not crazy. And then we go back to the chorus. That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night that they hung an innocent man. Yes. Yes, they did. He was innocent. Clearly. Don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer, because the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands. I'm sorry, I don't know how the judge is at fault here. Yes, Andy is saying I didn't do it. But so is every other criminal. And all the evidence lines up, points to Andy. So how is this the judge's fault? And the backwoods southern lawyer, maybe it's a little his fault. Maybe he should have tried a little harder to find the wifey. Or maybe the cops should have tried a little harder to find the wifey. So maybe it is a little bit of the lawyer's fault, but I'm not feeling that it's the judge's fault. I don't know that the judge has got bloodstains on his hands. Here's where I take issue with the song. This is where we realize little sister's talking. Well, they hung my brother before I could say the tracks he saw while on his way to Andy's house and back that night were mine. Girl. Your brother's arrested. Your brother sits in jail for a day or two, I'm assuming. We have a trial. Even if it's 1 day long, there's a trial. They probably literally don't hang him the next day. There's probably a delay. So let's hypothetically say 4 days. You know, they arrest him at night. They arraign him the next day. The trial starts the next day. He's hung on the 4th day. You couldn't open your mouth and be like, I did it. It was me. So don't you be saying they hung your brother before you could say. Maybe little sister thought brother was stupid too. Maybe this is a ploy by little sister to get rid of little brother. Maybe little sister's evil. But don't be saying that you couldn't speak up. Anyway. And his cheating wife had never left town. Ah, that is a revelation. That's one body that will never be found. You see, little sister doesn't miss when she aims her gun. So you're telling me, little sister, that you killed the wife, disposed of the body so well that it'll never be found, but you couldn't deal with Andy's body to save your brother? You shot him because we know you don't miss. But you couldn't deal with the body. And you couldn't say, my brother didn't do it. I have a little problem with you, little sister. Now, maybe she meant to deal with Andy, but ran out of time because brother came home. So maybe she meant to deal with Andy. But then it loops back to, but you couldn't pipe up and say, I did it. Little sister. You know, and then I will say, you know, the cops probably didn't do a really great job of investigating, maybe, but it did look like an open and shut case. And then we go back to the chorus where we accuse the judge of having bloodstains on his hands. No. Little sister has bloodstains on her hands. Little sister let her brother be killed. So who's got bloodstains on their hands? Who should we not trust? Little sister. So, that's my random rant tonight. I know you have more important things to do than to think about this. I have more important things to do than to film this. But I just needed to get that out there. For some reason, it really fired me up tonight. And there were other thoughts I had between hearing the song and coming here that I've forgotten that blows holes in this song. But let me know in the comments if you've ever pondered this song. Let me know in the comments if there are other songs that you take issue with, because I'd love to listen to them and give you my thoughts. So, those are my random thoughts tonight. And all right, early morning edit. After I made my recording last night, I went back and watched Reba McEntire's video that went with the song. At that point, the song made sense when you watch the video. But, and I'm not going to spoil it for you if you've not watched the video. But if you have to watch the music video for the song to make sense, I still stand by my original argument. There are some flaws in the song. Because I don't think when it was originally recorded in 1972 that there was a music video that explained everything. So, hope you guys have a great day. My day is setting off to be fabulous. Bye guys. Stay strong, y'all.